Hello. So today we will learn about cyclic groups. We have learned about groups, we have learned about subgroups, we have learned about cosets. So today we will be doing about cyclic groups. Okay, it is a special kind of group. Okay, not all groups are cyclic groups. Okay, but it is just a special type of group. Okay, but before going to cyclic groups, we have to understand some notation in group theory. Okay, so in group theory, we have a lot of definitions, we have a lot of theorems, we have a lot of properties, and we have a lot of notations. Okay, so you have to be very familiar with all these things, especially the definitions and the notation. Okay, so this is another notation that we will use. If G is a group, the operation is star, but again, I won't denote it anymore, and A belongs to G. Okay, the first one, what do you mean by a power m? A power m, it is in fact a, 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 but it is not multiplication. It is the operation of the group. So if you write it down, you can write it as a star a star a star a. How many a are there? M times. Okay, it is m times. So number two, what about a power minus m? Okay, m, it is an integer, a positive integer. Okay, what about a power minus m, where m is again is positive, so minus m will be negative. Okay, this one, if you write it as 1 by a power m, okay, you will be wrong. Okay, a very big cross over it. Okay, because it is actually a notation that this one, it is in fact a power minus 1 m. Okay, maybe you say, okay, we haven't changed much. Okay, but in fact we have changed a lot. All right, this a power minus 1, it is not, again, if you write this one as 1 by a power m, again a very big cross. Okay, so what will we do? This one is actually the inverse of a, so it is just the inverse of a m times. Okay, inverse of a m times. Okay, I hope it is clear. Okay, I hope the notation is clear. So now let us just give some examples. Okay, in z plus, okay, you may see me using this example, okay, z plus a lot. Okay, a, let us take a equal to 2. Okay, suppose we write a power 3. A power 3, if you write it as 2 power 3 equal 8, again a very big wrong. Okay, a very big wrong, because we have to be careful with the operation. Over here it is plus. So what will we write it as? You will write it as this part, it is still correct because it will be 2 power 3, but now we have to write it as 2. Instead of the operation star, we are having plus. How many 2's are there? 3 times. Okay, so 2 plus 2 plus 2 will give you 6. Okay, so a power 3 will be 6, again because the operation is plus. If it is multiplication, then of course over here you will have to do it with multiplication, but over here I repeat the operation, it is plus. Okay, so I think it is clear. Okay, next let's take a look at a equal 2. How much is a power minus 4? Okay, how much is a power minus 4? You can still write this one as 2 power minus 4. It is still right up to here. Okay, but again, if you write this one as 1 by 2 power 4, a very big wrong. Okay, in fact, you have to do something like this. 2 power minus 1, inverse of 2 power 4. Okay, inverse of 2. Inverse of 2 with respect to addition. Okay, so what will we have? What will be the inverse of 2 with respect to addition in z plus? Again, the group is z plus. The inverse of 2, it is minus 2 power 4. Okay, so we will have minus 2 power 4. Again, if you write this one as minus 2 power 4, if you write it as 16, again a very big wrong, okay, because you haven't you did not go with the notation. Okay, so the notation is actually minus 2 star, over here it will be plus minus 2 star minus 2 plus minus 2, so actually it will become minus 8. Okay, so after putting the operation, okay, we are able to calculate that it's equal to minus 8. So I think this is clear. Okay, it is a very simple notation. Okay, but we just have to be very careful. Okay, a power 0, do not write this one as 1. In fact, for a group it is equal to e. Okay, so maybe you can take this one as the third notation. A power 0 for any a belongs to G, it is equal to e. Okay, so you have to be very careful with these notations. All right. Okay, again I will give you some exercises so that you can be more familiar, but now let us just go ahead with cyclic groups. But again, before we learn cyclic groups, we will have to learn about generator. Generator of an element. Okay, because we are dealing with groups, okay, in groups. Okay, we can have generator somewhere else, but over here we are dealing with groups. Okay, so let G be a group, and okay, let X be an element of G. Okay, let X be an element of G. Okay, X, you can take it to be anything. Okay, now we come to the definition of generator. An element A is said to generate X if X equal A power M for, okay, I will continue, for some integer M. Okay, so M, it can be positive or it can be negative. All right, so let us take a look at example. Okay, so the first one example, let us go with the first one. Okay, I will frame it in the form of a question. Again, because maybe I will say it here. If you have to give an examples in group theory, always remember that you must mention the group first. If you give an example without mentioning the group, that example will become wrong or incomplete. Okay, so for a complete example in group theory, always mention the group first. That is why I am mentioning over here the group to be Z plus. I will frame it in the form of question. Does 2, okay, the question is, does 2 generate 4? So A, it is a question of whether it is a generator or not. So that's why we will denote it by A. 2 we will denote it by A. 4, maybe we can take it as X. Does A generate X? Okay, so let's see. So X, it's 4. A, it's equal to 2. The operation, it is plus. Keep that in mind. So if you see A square, how much is it? A squared, it is 2 square. It is 2 plus 2. Okay, again the operation plus. 2 plus 2, it is 4. So it's equal to X. So what do we have? In fact, A square we are getting to be X. So for M equal 2, AM equal X in this case. So yes, and because M, it is an integer, so that is why we are saying yes, A generate X. Alright, so A generates X. Okay, question number 2. Again, let us take a look at the group Z plus. Okay, in the group Z plus, okay, my question is, does 3 generate 12? Yes or no? Okay, some of you can already answer this one. Okay, in fact it is yes. Yes, because 12 can be written as 3 power 4. 3 power 4 is in fact, okay, 3 power 4, okay, it's not a usual power, but because we are in group theory, because 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, it's equal to 12. Okay, 3 power 4, it is just this one. And 4, it is an integer. Okay, so yes, 3 generates 12. Okay, question number 3. Again, we are still in Z plus. Does 3 generate? Does 3 generate okay, 10? Okay, let us see. Let us see. If we take 3 power 1, you will have 3. 3 power 2, you will get 6. 3 power 3, you can get 9. 3 power 4, you can get 12. Is there any possibility if we increase the powers or decrease the powers that we will get it to be equal to 10? Okay, so there is no possibility. Alright, there is no possibility that we can able to get 10 by adding 3's. Okay, so 3 does not generate 12. So the answer is no. Okay, 3 does not generate 12. 3 does not generate 10. Okay, I think that is clear. Okay, another example maybe number 4. Again, in Z plus, in the group Z plus, does 3 generate minus 6? Okay, let's see this one. Okay, I say yes because 3 power minus 2. Yes, because 3 power minus 2, it's equal to minus 3. Okay, maybe I will write it one more line. 3 inverse power 2. 3 inverse, it is minus 3 power 2 minus 3 minus 3. Okay, so you will get minus 6. So yes, minus 6 can be generated by 3. Okay, 3 generate minus 6. Okay, in fact 3 inverse also generate minus 6. Okay, so I think that is also clear. Okay, just to be more clear, does 3 generate 0? Question number 6, does 3 generate 0 in Z plus? Yes, because 3 power 0, it is equal to the identity of the group, it's equal to E, the identity of the group, it is 0. Okay, so 3 generates 0. All right, so I think now it is clear with generators. Okay, again I will give you some exercises for you to try, but the groups maybe they may not be Z plus, they may be something else. Okay, so now we will go with cyclic groups. Okay, maybe cyclic group. Okay, I think it's better. Okay, a group G, okay, operation star, but I won't mention it anymore, is cyclic if every element of G, maybe instead of every I will say if each. Okay, doesn't make too much of a difference, but it feels more natural. Okay, each element of G can be generated by a single element of G. Okay, so let's see an example. Let's see an example. Okay, the first example, the one that you have done in the third semester, this one will be an example of cyclic group 1 minus 1 I minus I. Okay, so over here we are having different values for x. X can take this value, x can take this value, x can take this value, x can take this value. Okay, but we have to choose an A. Out of the 4 elements, we have to choose one element, at least one, which A should be able to generate this one, A should be able to generate this one, A should be able to generate this one, and similar, A should be able to generate minus I. Okay, so let's see. If we take A equal 1, if we take A equal 1, the group it is with respect to multiplication. If we take A equal to 1, okay, so we can form 1 power 0. 1 power 0 will be the identity of the group with respect to multiplication. It is 1. Okay, so 1 power 1, again it will be 1. It is with respect to multiplication. 1 square, it will be 1. The operation now, it is multiplication times 1, it is 1. Okay, so over here, even if you raise to the power negative, we will still be getting 1. Okay, just see 1 power minus 1. Okay, it is the inverse of 1. Okay, indirectly we are saying that this is inverse of 1. The inverse of 1 with respect to multiplication in this group, it is 1. Okay, the inverse of 1, it is 1 with respect to multiplication. What about 1 power minus 2? 1 power minus 2 will be the inverse of 1 square. Okay, inverse of 1, it is 1 times 1, it will be 1. So if we raise to any power A equal to 1, okay, if we raise to any power, we will get only this element. So A equal to 1 is not a generator. A equal to 1 is not generator of G. Okay, of the given group 1, 1, 1 minus 1, I minus I. But if we take, okay, it is your choice. Okay, sometimes a group may or may not have a generator. Okay, if it has a generator, then it will be a cyclic group. If it does not have a generator, then it won't. If it has a generator, it will be a cyclic group. If it does not have a generator, it won't be a cyclic group. Okay, so for the given group, if we take A equal to I, what will we get? Okay, A power 0. A power 0, it's just the identity. It will be 1. A power 1 will be I power 1, which is I. A power 2, which is I square. I square will be minus 1. I square will be minus 1. A power 3 will be I power 3. I power 3 will be, okay, you can calculate it, will be equal to minus I. So if you see, if we raise this one to power, so this one, A generates 1, this one we are saying that A generates I, this one we are, from this third line we are getting that A generate minus I, and from the fourth line we are getting that A generate minus 1 over here and minus I. So what can we say? So A, if we take A equal to I, we are getting that A generates all the elements of G. Okay, so let me write it down. Okay, so if we write it down, I can say that A equal to I generates all elements of the group G, 1 minus 1, I minus I. So what have we got? We have got an element that generates all the elements. Okay, if you are able to find such an element that generates all elements, you can immediately conclude that the group is cyclic. Hence hence G is cyclic, okay, with one of the generators being A equal I. Okay, over here I am using the word one of the generators. It immediately implies that there can be more than one generator. Okay, so as a note, what can I say? Cyclic group may have, for now I am using the word may, but later on actually it will always have more than one generator. Okay, may have more than one generator. Alright, so I think this is also clear. Alright, again I will give you some examples on cyclic groups where you have to find the generator of the group. Okay, and also there will be some examples, okay, I will give you in the notes in WhatsApp. There will be some groups where you cannot find a generator, so such examples will be examples of non-cyclic groups. Alright, so why are we learning cyclic groups? Why are we learning how to generate elements? Okay, that will be more clear once we go ahead with the main course, which will be starting next week. Okay, so up to now it is just a revision. From the next video onwards, everything will be part of the main course. So until then, it's a bye for now.